Welcome to episode 55 of the Travel Calumet Original Podcast. I'm your host, Rick Sense, and joining me for today's episode is Perry Welch, the owner of Welch's Aviation and airport manager of the new Holstein Municipal Airport. Welcome to the show, Perry.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Perry and I are at the new Holstein Municipal Airport today to talk about the airport and a fun-filled family event coming up later this summer, and we'll get into that in a little bit, Perry. But first, could you just tell listeners about the new Holstein Municipal Airport?
It was established in about 1965, and the reason it is actually in Holstein is Tecumseh petitioned the state to have it moved to New Holstein instead of Chilton. Chilton was the county seat. Each county in the state was designated an airport, so that's how it ended up here.
Okay, and I noticed you have numerous hangars here. Do you have
they're all privately owned.
Okay.
Everyone has an airplane in the hangar, so we have about 25 airplanes on the field.
Okay, so it's a large number for an airport
for
this size.
a small airport.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, and you have the two runways.
We have a north-south runway, which is asphalt.
Okay,
and then we have a grass strip, which is east-west. Yeah.
Okay. And how busy are you? Are you Chicago O'Hare busy, or are you?
Not quite. Maybe during EAA we're a little busier, more towards Chicago, but it's a general aviation field, so it's we get people that like to come in and practice on the grass runway, especially if they have a tail dragger aircraft. It's great for that. And just general people that are from the general area, Sheboygan, Manitowoc, Fond du Lac.
Okay, and when I walked up, there was actually somebody getting flight instructions this morning. Flight
training for, and that's the Sheboygan has a flying club, and they have 5 or 6 airplanes, and they do they do private up through multi-engine, I think. So
okay,
yeah. So that's kind of where I steer people because we don't have flight instruction here. Either I send them to Sheboygan or Fond du Lac or someplace that actually has a flight instructor.
You know, when I came this morning, I met you in your hangar for Welch's Aviation. Can you maybe talk a little bit about Welch's Aviation?
Sure. I do general maintenance on aircrafts, usually general aviation aircrafts, up to a small twin. Annuals, repairs, tire changes, anything that you would do to your aircraft for maintenance, oil changes, so anything like that.
Okay, and you're also the manager of the airport. So what is your role then? What does that entail?
Just overseeing the airport, making sure that the grass gets mowed and people are not doing crazy stuff out here when they're flying. Just kind of keeping an eye on the airport.
Okay.
Yeah. Ordering fuel for a fuel farm.
Mm-hmm. So, if people are wondering what that noise in the background is, the plane just started up. So, a very appropriate sound to have here at an airport.
That's correct.
So, you mentioned earlier that you have a tie with EAA. Can you maybe give listeners an idea of what EAA is like around here? And for those listeners that don't know what EAA is, it's the Experimental Aircraft Association. It's out of Oshkosh. And it's an annual event. It's a fly-in they have each year, and it's held at the end of July and early August. It's usually
Correct.
A couple of days into August, maybe. And
this year it's the last week of July.
It is the last full week of July. Okay, and usually we're talking hundreds of thousands of people that attend this event, correct?
For 600 to 800,000.
Yeah. Okay. Can you maybe talk
about? There's usually between 12 and 14,000 airplanes on the field in Oshkosh.
Okay.
So that's actually the busiest airport during that week.
In the world.
Yeah.
So you kind of alluded to that you were busier then too. Can you maybe talk about how
we have a group that's called used to be supercubs.org. They used to base here during that week. Okay. That gentleman has moved on, so then a new group started up. It's called Friends of New Holstein, and it's a group of aviators that come here during the week of Oshkosh, and they camp out here. And on Sunday, they do Young Eagles rides for kids 8 to 17. And that's what they do here for that week.
And what is a Young Eagle for somebody who might not know?
Well, what we try to do is, we're an airport. We have a EA chapter here at 1622, and we promote aviation. That's our goal. Also, we have a Young Eagles program where we can give kids a free ride for about, it's not a long ride, it's about 15 minutes, just to introduce them to aviation and maybe get their minds thinking, well, this might be kind of fun for a career. So, yeah.
And how many planes would you estimate usually are here on a typical EAA week?
Based here, there's probably 50 to 60 that are here during the week.
And then you're flying planes in and out.
There's
regularly.
people that just stopping for fuel or just stop for a break. Or
Okay. Yeah. What is, an airport like this has probably got a really interesting history, because there's people from entertainment world, government, whatever, that are, looking for quick and easy access to a place that, you don't want to fly into Green Bay if you need to be somewhere in Calumet County, if you can fly directly to Calumet County, right? Can you maybe give listeners an idea of somebody who's used it recently? Like that?
A couple of days ago, we actually had the governor of Wisconsin that flew in and went to Scoops for a scoop of ice cream, I guess, and to promote June Dairy Month. So
okay, so you'll have people that come in and they'll do things around the area. Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have corporate guys come in and have business with somebody in the area that they don't want to land farther away. So
okay. Yeah. So can you tell me about the special event that's coming up a little later this summer, and maybe give our listeners the date? And it's called Airport Day, correct?
Yeah, it's called Airport Days. That's July 20th. It's the Sunday before EA starts. We have, I mentioned Young Eagles rides. We're probably going to have Flight for Life was planning on coming. We may have a Black Hawk come in. So we have breakfast in the morning, and then in the afternoons there's brats and burgers. And then the Friends of New Holstein, actually, they have a STOL competition where they do short field takeoff and landings. I don't know if people have seen that before, but it's more of a demonstration, not a competition, but they demonstrate the capability of small airplanes.
So when you're demonstrating the capability of a small airplane, what kind of things do they do then with that?
So they have the shortest distance, take off shortest distance, and land in the shortest distance. That's what that competition is.
Pretty interesting and pretty exciting, I would think.
It could be, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And so when you think of tourism, here in Calumet County, what would you tell people who don't live in the area that maybe are pilots to encourage them to take advantage of this airport and come and visit us here?
Well, they can come, and actually they can camp here as well. We have showers in the building here, and they can come and enjoy the area.
So if you're living in Milwaukee and you have a plane and you want to get up to a supper club, you could just hop on your plane, land here, park it, and head over to the supper club.
You
right?
could, yes. Yeah, we've had people do that. Walk into town so.
Airport Day, that's a really big event here. Obviously, is there anything else happening this summer out here at the airport?
September we have it's called Wings and Wheels. So it's put on by the EA chapter 1622, and it's breakfast, and then we have some burgers and brats in the afternoon, and if the weather's decent, we get 30 or 40 cars that come in and park and hang out for the day. So,
okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And how long has that been running?
I would say since 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
as you move forward, what other things happen here at the airport during the course of the year? Like what happens in the fall and the winter months?
Well, it slows down a little bit, obviously, because of weather. Flying is pretty much determined on weather. If it's not good, people won't be flying. So, other things, people just use the airport for training, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have Airport Day on July 20th. Mm-hmm. Wings and Wheels is the date again on that?
September 21st.
September 21st. Okay, so those are things that if you're interested in aviation, I would encourage you to come on down to New Holstein and check it out. And it's the airport's really kind of nestled in a nice scenic rolling hill area. It's you get up on the hill up here, I can get a nice view of the runway.
Yeah. There's Elkhart Lake, which is 15 minutes from here. People do come in for that as well.
Okay.
They'll park here and
any racers use the airport here?
Yeah, not really a lot of them, but
you've had one
when
or two
they
over
had
years.
that big golf outing in Sheboygan, we had a few people stop for that.
Yeah, okay.
Stay overnight.
Yeah, okay. So, Perry, if people want to learn more about the airport, where would you direct them to go?
Call City Hall, or you can call my phone number, 920-219-0015, and I'd certainly try and help you out if I can. And you can go through City Hall as well. I believe they have a website for the airport in City Hall.
Do they log your flights at the City Hall then too for people that come in?
We do not.
You don't?
No,
Okay.
We don't log our flights.
Okay, so you don't have to call ahead, but you want to make sure that somebody's going to be here when you use the airport?
Well, I'm usually here Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, but you definitely call ahead. Is a good idea.
All right, so Perry, again, the dates are September 21st for Wings and Wheels.
Correct.
And July 20th for Airport
Day.
And family-friendly events, right?
Oh, absolutely. We have the library puts on a little area for the kids, so they have a place to do. I think they do airplanes that they can toss.
Paper airplane contest?
Airplanes, and I'm not sure what else they have. I don't really get involved in that part of it. But.
Okay. So if you have parents, if you have kids out there that are interested in aviation, it'd be a great opportunity for them to get an experience that I'm sure they'll remember for a lifetime. Not only can they fly a paper airplane, but they can actually take a flight.
Yes, they get a free flight with usually it's in a Super Cub, which is it's a 2-place airplane, so it's just the kid and the pilot, and they go out and they fly for 10 minutes and they come back, and most of the time they have a big smile on their face and they enjoy it. It looks like the parents enjoy it as well.
So again, feel free to come on down to New Holstein, Calumet County on July 20th and September 21st. We'd love to see you here. I'm sure they'd love to see you here as well at the New Holstein Municipal Airport. And Perry, I want to thank you for being my guest today on the Travel Calumet Original Podcast. It's great to learn about all the great things that are happening out here at New Holstein Municipal Airport. And listeners, thank you for tuning in to episode number 55. And please make sure you check out the other 54 episodes of the Travel Calumet Original Podcast by clicking on the microphone on the homepage of travelcalumet.com. And if you liked what you heard today or on previous episodes, please help us spread the word by inviting a couple of friends to listen to the Travel Calumet Original Podcast. Help us share the news of all the great things to see and do here in Calumet County, like Airport Day and Wings and Wheels at the New Holstein Municipal Airport. Thank you for listening, and until next time.